The Catcher in the Rye by J D Salinger is a classic novel that follows the experiences of Holden Caulfield, a disenchanted and rebellious teenager, as he navigates the challenges of adolescence and attempts to find authenticity in a world he perceives as phony. Published in 1951, the novel is known for its distinctive narrative voice and its exploration of themes such as alienation, loss of innocence, and the search for meaning. Holden Caulfield, the protagonist and narrator, begins the story in a mental institution, recounting the events that led to his current situation. The narrative unfolds over a few days in December, as Holden recounts his experiences after being expelled from Pensy Prep, a prestigious boarding school. Holden's disdain for what he sees as the hypocrisy and artificiality of the adult world is evident from the beginning. He is particularly critical of phonies, people who embody insincerity and conform to societal expectations. Holden's alienation is exacerbated by the recent death of his younger brother, Ali, which has left him emotionally scarred and struggling to cope with the complexities of life. Fleeing Pensy before his parents learn of his expulsion, Holden decides to spend a few days in New York City. His interactions and experiences in the city serve as a backdrop for his internal monologue, providing insights into his troubled mind. Throughout his journey, Holden reflects on his relationships with friends, family, and himself. Holden's encounters in New York include a visit to his history teacher, Mr. Spencer, who tries to impart wisdom about life, but Holden is dismissive. He also spends time with various characters, such as Sally Hayes, a girl he used to date, and Carl Luce, a former classmate. These interactions highlight Holden's struggles with connection and his inability to find genuine relationships. Holden's fixation on innocence and his desire to protect the purity of childhood emerge in his fantasy of becoming the catcher in the rye. He envisions himself standing in a field of rye, catching children who are about to fall off a cliff into the corrupting influences of adulthood. This metaphorical image becomes a recurring motif throughout the novel, symbolizing Holden's yearning for a simpler and more authentic world. Holden's narrative is characterized by his colloquial and informal language, often using slang and colloquial expressions. His distinctive voice contributes to the novel's authenticity, providing readers with an unfiltered glimpse into his thoughts and emotions. As Holden continues his journey, he struggles with the complexities of growing up and the inevitability of change. His encounters with various characters, such as the nuns he meets at a sandwich bar and a former teacher, Mr. Antolini, add layers to his internal conflict. Mr. Antolini, in particular, provides Holden with guidance and warns him about the dangers of falling into the abyss of despair. The novel reaches a climax when Holden sneaks into his family's apartment to visit his younger sister, Phoebe. Their interaction is a poignant moment of connection and understanding, emphasizing the importance of familial bonds. Phoebe becomes a symbol of innocence and a source of comfort for Holden. In the aftermath of this encounter, Holden experiences a mental breakdown. Recognizing the futility of resisting the inevitable march of time and the complexity of the adult world, he decides to go home and live with his parents, abandoning his plan to escape to the West. The novel concludes with Holden in a mental institution, where he is receiving treatment and recounting his experiences to a psychoanalyst. The narrative ends on an ambiguous note, leaving readers to ponder Holden's future and whether he will find the stability and acceptance he so desperately seeks. The Catcher in the Rye remains a seminal work in American literature, celebrated for its exploration of adolescent angst, rebellion against societal norms, and the universal quest for authenticity in a world that often seems phony and disheartening. Holden Caulfield's journey of self-discovery and his struggle with the complexities of growing up continue to resonate with readers, making the novel a timeless and enduring classic.